She's not going to say
they
this.
They can get an idea of how much money you have available, and then they usually give you a price relating to that they think you'll be able to afford. And then sometimes,
yo, if anyone's actually doing that, that's scummy. Dude, that is a pretty hefty claim to make without ever having gone through the course.
Welcome to the Remote Closing Academy.
All right, what's going on? Aaron here for the Remote Closing Academy, and I almost didn't make this video because I didn't want to venture into this reaction drama stuff. I didn't really think there was ever going to be an overlap. And I say drama, I don't mean that. That's the dramatic way to put it. But I did want to create this video because after this came across my timeline and I actually watched through it, I was like, this person has never gone through the Remote Closing Academy, and they're giving a lot of information that could push somebody that was honestly thinking about it and could potentially change their life, and they're pushing them away from that. So I don't want that to happen. Obviously, you can watch through this and make your own decision based on what you want to do, but I didn't want this video to go without me actually just like saying something and going through the video, because there's a lot of videos that are like this that kind of fit a lot of these parameters. So let's just go ahead and watch the video.
you don't have to, but you can find any of this information all online, and it is all just my opinion. Having said that, in my opinion, it is not a good course.
Okay, so right off the bat, here's what a lot of these review videos will do. Here's where you're gonna find a really big red flag. And it's funny, she talks a lot about red flags in this video, but a massive red flag with these videos is if they have any sort of two things. If they have any sort of affiliate links in their description, which she has 3, and the reason being should be pretty obvious, is she's making this video bashing why remote closing isn't good, specifically to say, hey, this is bad. Here, come do this thing for me instead where I'm gonna make money on. And again, like I said, there's 3 links down there, so it's like funneling into her own offers, her own affiliate products. And the second reason is, again, I already mentioned it. It's like, if you haven't gone through something, you can't really give an accurate review. It's like if you go to a restaurant or let's say you don't go to a restaurant, but you go to their website and you review their food. It's like, you can't really review something that you haven't actively gone through yourself. Yeah, you can like look at the other reviews, but like at what point of you leaving a review because of a different review of something that someone said that person might not have actually went to the restaurant or gone through the course, you can't really trust that.
I have some much better recommendations, and I will link them in my description below. I don't have a finance or a business or a marketing degree. I'm just a normal person that was looking for a way to make passive income online.
I will say though, most videos will like kind of trick you at the beginning and say like, oh, like here's my review, and they'll go into it and then they'll pitch you the thing at the end. But she just kind of coming straight out and be like, yo, I never did this course, but if you want to learn some of these other ways to make money online, like here you go. So kudos to that.
Remote Closing Academy. What is it? It is a training course teaching you how to close deals and sales over the phone. So you will be taking sales calls for high-ticket coaching programs that usually cost thousands of dollars. So essentially, you are a telemarketer. So who was it created by? And
I don't like that word. Maybe I'm a little triggered, but I guess technically you are on the phone, and yeah, okay, I'll agree with that.
Can you trust them? It was created by a guy named Cole Gordon. The only thing that he really seems to be truly known for is creating this course on how to close.
Not true. So again, like really just a very simple, Jeff, if you can throw something on screen, this would be amazing, but a simple Google search of Cole Gordon. He is known for much more than just the Remote Closing Academy. He actually originally started coaching other businesses how to get better at sales. And as a byproduct of doing that, he had people that came to him that were like, hey, I need more salespeople because I'm getting too much sales because of the training that you gave me. So the Remote Closing Academy is born. So he's not just known for the Remote Closing Academy. That's like the last thing that he's known for outside of the category king of the other sales stuff.
Close sales over the phone. He has been a remote closer for a few years, and he says that basically all you need in order to do this business is a cell phone and his script for closing deals. So what's different about it than every other course you see online? I really haven't seen any other courses in this day and age that are teaching you how to do phone sales. Phone sales are kind of like a thing of the past. It seems like most courses that are trying to teach you new things are teaching you more modern marketing. This one's taking a step back into the past kind of and teaching you how to be better at phone marketing. So that's what's different about it. So
that's the only thing you can come up with that's different, that it's like phone sales, which is interesting. And yeah, I guess you can say that it like is going into the past, but people still use phones. Like that's a thing. I don't think it's necessarily like going in the past. I don't know. That's just my thought.
What's included? That information hasn't really been made public. You can't find anywhere online that gives you a complete rundown of what the curriculum is, what's included, what you're going to get, except that you're going to get coaching on how to become a remote closer, and that you can make way more money doing this rather than drop shipping or Amazon FBA or affiliate marketing. I do think that sales is a good skill to have. So if he's teaching you how to close
Agreed.
deals and make sales, that is a good skill to have, but he doesn't tell you anywhere online what the actual content you are going to receive in this course is. So that is a huge, huge red flag.
So if you just go to the website and you watch the video that's on there, it will break down step by step by step of exactly what is included within the program. There's trainings, there's coaching calls, there's accountability, I'm not going to list everything out on here, but it's on our website. It's very clearly put out there. So we can take back her red flag.
I don't know how you can expect anyone to buy a product without telling them what it is, what's included in it, especially when the price tag is so high. Which brings me to, how much does this program cost? The program cost is also not given to you upfront. You have to get on a sales call, which makes sense because that's what he's teaching you how to do. Usually if you have to get on a phone call in order to be told the price of something, it's because it's very high ticket, meaning it's over several thousands of dollars. I found two different.
That's usually the case, but let me kind of explain the idea behind that. A lot of times when you're jumping into some sort of offer, like let's say the Remote Closing Academy, where you are making an investment into yourself to then make money online, it is a higher price tag. I'm not going to say every single thing that we sell, we'll say is a high price tag. We've seen people that are, 16, 17, being able to jump in at some of our lower ticket things. But the reason that we want to get on the phone with you is we don't want to just sell a cookie cutter product to someone. We want to be able to learn, like physically look at you in the face and learn about you and your goals and your aspirations. Do you have a family? Do you have kids? Are you in school? Like, what ultimately do you want to do? And we then take that information and we figure out, do we think you as a person can see success with this program? And if we don't think you're going to see success with it, we're not going to sell you into it. We're not going to bring you in and enroll you because it might not be the best thing for you at that certain moment. If we just kind of slung this out there and threw, this price tag at people and we're like, hey, everyone buy this, and everyone bought in, but then that person came in and it wasn't a good fit for them, then not only would that look bad on us, right? Because we're not actually helping that person, but it wouldn't be good for that person because if they're not the best fit, then they might not be able to see success. So the whole reason of bringing people on the phone calls is to learn about that person and figure out what are their goals, what are their aspirations, can we actually help that person? Kind of a long tangent, but hopefully that makes sense.
Different people in online forums, one that said it was $8,400 and one that said it was $7,500. Many programs that require you to get on a phone call to tell you the price will be variable depending on the information that you give them. So usually over the phone, they'll ask you questions about how much money you have in your savings, how much money you're willing to invest, how much credit you have, things like that. And when you answer those questions,
she's not going to say this.
They can get an idea of how much money you have available. And then they usually give you a price relating to that they think you'll be able to afford. And then sometimes.
Yo, that's slimy. That is so far from the truth. And that if anyone's actually doing that, that's scummy. Dude, that is a pretty hefty claim to make without ever having gone through the course. Okay, let me just break down this claim that she just made here. Is she's saying that the sole reason we get on a phone call with people is to figure out how much money they have so that we can take all the money that they have and only take money from the people that actually have it. And that could not be furthest from the truth. And again, that's like a huge claim to just say without having had actually here's the thing too. If she really wanted to do the research here, she could have just booked a call and secret shopped and asked all these questions to then put into the research to make an actually good video. But now these are just claims that are very outlandish and not true at all. So let me break this down. Have we had different price points within the program? Yes, because it's a supply and demand. If we have, not as many people that are within the program, of course it is going to be a lower price point. If we have a lot more people in there and we have the coaches inside the program that we're paying, that we have to make sure, that we have the right margins and everyone's getting paid fairly, then of course the price fluctuates. Now, the other part of it is we do payment plans for people. So if someone comes in and, they're like, hey, look, I can't afford the main price point right now, we're going to work with that person. If we think we're going to help them, we think we're going to help them make money on top of the investment, 100%, we're going to work with them on that, right? We're going to go through and we're going to help them figure out, okay, if you can only afford X amount right now, then let's do that. Come in. When you start to make money, you can then use that money to pay off the rest of the program. There's a lot of different variables in there. So let's continue.
And expecting anybody to pay that much money without giving them information about what is included is crazy to me. Also, there's no...
That's the reason you get on a phone call, to figure it out. Of course, we're not going to say, hey, here's everything on here. Here's the price tag, because most people wouldn't do that. Most people wouldn't think, like, they would say, oh, they would see just a couple words on the screen. So I could go down the long rabbit hole. Now, just to touch on the, like, who would ever pay that amount of money? Let's talk about college, right? I'm not going to make this like a college like debate or whatever, but Remote Closing Academy, most people can come in, start making money, you know, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 within a 90-day period. If they put in the work, they, you know, do everything that they need to. All that being said, let's say you go to college, right? You go to college, how long is it going to take you to make $60,000? What, 4 years of college? And then 4 years of college, how much is that? Depending on where you are you in state? Are you out of state? Are you paying $100,000 a year? Are you paying $60,000 a year? Are you paying $200,000? By the way, in those 4 years, you're not even guaranteed that you're going to get a job. Again, not to turn this into a college like debate, but to answer the question that she put out there, who would pay that amount of money? Well, the people that don't want to get $200,000 in debt to maybe get a job after a 4-year time frame. I'd much rather spend, you know, 1/16 of that and have the ability to make more than I would in the 4 years of college in 90 days.
Information anywhere on if there's a refund or a guarantee. There are some disclaimers on his sales page that say there is no guarantee that you will make any money doing this, because obviously it's a performance-based business. You have to be good at closing deals. But nowhere in there does it say if you try this for 30 days, you could get your money back. So I don't think that there is any kind of refund policy for this.
So here's that verbiage again. I don't think there's a guarantee. If you're going to put a review in front of people that are going to potentially jump into the thing, and you think, you don't want to put think in your review. Just if you would have jumped on a call with us, we would have told you that there is actually a guarantee. There's a conditional guarantee where if you come in and you put in the work and you go through the recommended things that we tell you and you don't get placed or you don't start as a remote closer or an appointment setter, then you will get your money back.
So who would this be good for? If you were just born a salesman, you love selling, and you just want to learn how to become a better seller over the phone, this might be a good course for you.
No, not if you're a born salesperson, because if you look at any of if she would have just came to the YouTube channel and saw the 18 episodes of the podcast, where out of the 18, I believe 14 of them have had 0 sales experience, all of them making over $10,000 a month, getting placed within a 2 to 6 month period. Again, I'm doing a long range because that's 13 or 14 guests that I break it down into, but you don't have to have sales experience. It's not just for people that have sales experience. I'd say 95+% of people within RCA have not come from a previous sales background.
Other than that, not really sure who else this would be good for. So what are the pros?
Anyone that doesn't want to work a 9 to 5 and go to college and spend $200,000 to maybe make $60,000 in their first year. Okay.
If you are amazing at selling and you go through this program and you just start closing deals right and left, you could potentially make a ton of money. That's really all I could come up with. Cons. You're really just trading.
That's
one
really
job
all I
for
could
another,
come up with.
because this is not passive. You're going to be spending a lot of your time on the phone. So you're trading your time for money, just like any other job. And
now there we go. Something that she got correct. It isn't passive, right? It's not something where you can just like not put work in, but anything that is sold to you that, hey, you're not going to put any work in and you're going to make a ton of money, that is very obviously not something that works out for a lot of people, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that remote closing is easy. I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, you're going to be able to make $15,000 a month without spending any time doing it. But if you did want to actually make $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, work with teams where you're building your skills to then go and, you know, be able to build your own business using those same skills, then, I mean, what's the better part? Doing nothing and like maybe getting like a 1% chance of making money, or like putting in the work and actually learning skills? I don't know. You choose.
Income is not guaranteed. Even if you are pretty good at this job, 50 to 70% of clients will not show up to their phone calls. They will no-show. So even if you have 8 phone calls scheduled,
that's not really true. Depending, like if you're going through what we recommend and through the pipeline and we're replacing you within companies, one of the things that we make sure when it comes to placing is they have to have at least a 50 to 70% show rate, right? So the no-show rate would be like 20, 30%. But like she's talking to this in the aspect, she said, I think, you know, you're not guaranteed to blah, blah. Well, you're not guaranteed for anything. You're not guaranteed to see success with Amazon FBA. You're not guaranteed to get a job after college. You're not guaranteed anything. So it's like, it just seems like it's really being pointed to remote closing. I feel like I'm getting jabbed right here. It's not even specifically remote closing, but It's just like there is no guarantees in life.
For your day, maybe 4 of them will actually happen, and then you have to potentially make 2 out of those 4 sales per day to make enough money for this to be worth it. And if you have a 50% closing rate, negotiation rate, I mean, you should be making your own course. Con, you are essentially a telemarketer, and the price for this program is ridiculously high, like stupid high. Like, who would actually spend $7,000 to $8,000 for this course?
So here's the thing is I'm kind of worried with anyone that follows someone that is giving advice of like how to make money online, but they're also very scarcity mindset driven, right? Thinking that $7,000 to $8,000 is a lot of money to put into something that is then going to give you a return, right? Yeah, if it's an expense and you're just spending that money, cool. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But if you're spending that money to then make a return and make that every single month, I don't agree with that at all, right? And again, from someone that is teaching how to create like money online, I do not want to learn money tactics from someone that lives in a scarcity mindset. I just don't. And I don't think anyone should.
You don't even really know what you're getting, and all you're really learning is how to make sales over the phone. So my final thoughts. This is not my favorite business that I have reviewed. Might be the worst, especially if you're looking for a way to make passive income. You will be spending most of your day on the phone getting rejected or trying to sell people. Ugh, sounds like my worst nightmare. It is grossly overpriced, and there is zero information online about what you are actually getting when you buy this course.
I basically went over all this stuff already.
I do not recommend this course. There are way too many.
I do not recommend this course, but I recommend all my courses down in the description below. All right, guys, I'm just going to kind of end it there because I'm basically just going to say a lot of the same stuff. But again, hopefully I want to leave a massive disclaimer. Should have put this at the beginning, but I did not do this to like attack this person by any means. Like I don't have anything. I don't even know this person, but I did want to like go through the video, go through the points. I don't care who would have made this video. Like I would have talked about the same points if they said the same things. Maybe should I do this? Like there's other videos like this that I've seen that like all these people, they will go through and leave reviews on courses that they've never gone through. Maybe I make this a series. I think that'd be pretty interesting. And kind of just like dispel any of the myths that people are talking about. But anyway, guys, let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, whatever you let me know. And yeah, if you want to learn more about remote closing and how you can use this one high value skill to make money online and not do any of the things that was mentioned in this person's video, if you trust me at the end of this one, there's going to be a video down below. With all that being said, guys, make sure to click the video that's on screen right now to bring you through an entire breakdown of remote closing is, how you can use it to make money online. And surprise, I'm not going to send you to a link to buy anything. I'm just going to send you to more content. So enjoy the video. Go click on it somewhere on screen. All right, go. See you there. Bye.